Hello. Right, that in there. I've just put the board back into the front bit. Gone to put this on. The step in for the side door, which fits here. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to sit it on top. Problem is, we're sitting it like that on top of the board when before it was sat underneath the board went over the top. Is that it means it's raised about a ½ inch the width of the board. So I've cut it off. That's it cut out. And I messed up and it looks crap. It's going really smooth, really smooth, really smooth, really smooth, really smooth, really smooth, really smooth. Big gap. Messed it up. Oh well, it'd be right. I'm just going to bodge it instead. We've blacked this out, so when we put it on, you just won't be able to see it very well. Sorted. That'll do. Guess what we're starting now. Right, it's time. I've cut 4 of these to length, and they are going to sit down here. 4 bad boys cut to size. Right, the plan is we put this piece on top of them, running along. They've been cut 2 centimetres short, which is the depth of that. To then be able to sit these on like that with 2 centimetres to spare. It'll work sick. Right, that's them legs on that bar. Now I screwed that in the base. That's nice and solid. Right, that's the first one on. I've had to use a bracket on like that and like that because I've only got 3 of these. So they're going to go on the rest of the ones going down that. Look at that. Flipping solid set. Should probably show you what I've been doing because I've been cracking on and just get on with it really. I've not done much filming, but check. Got the bread structure in, that's all sound. Oh. We've put in a strutting brace here, which we've attached the diesel heater fuel can to. And then we've built the side cabinet. Sweet. That took the mick. But we did a piece across here so we can still lift this out. So it's slightly raised. Right, so the bed's basically going to be ply like that, going backward. And then it's going to fit into these gaps and in that gap down there. And go over the top of the diesel fuel can. This will be plied, but we need to sit on that. So that then makes your bed. That's obviously going to be separate from the piece here, but we're going to have a piece that slides out to here, so it's a bit wider at the end. It just means that then, if there is 2 of you sleeping in it, you can stretch your top end out a bit more, and it's just the lower end of your bodies that are a bit tight together. Right, so what we did get done was this. We've boarded that back bit backward. We've left that section for now. That's going to be boarded up tomorrow. This side's been boarded up. We've done along there. It's all a bit mix and match, but you know what, it's going to be covered by the cushion, so I'm not too fussed about that. But it's starting to shape up. You can really see where the bench is and how it's going to slide out into a bed. And we've got this structure up, and we've got this lath across here because that isn't actually the work surface. We're going to do something like that for the work surface, but this is a piece of wood that's going to be left under the cushions like that, and when you need it to make the bed, you'll slide this out. You close it down, and then that's the back segment of your bed setup. And tomorrow we're going to build that part that will be the slide out of this segment of the bed, which will slide out to here. The back here, we've left that loose because that tomorrow we're going to put hinges on, and it's going to be a back segment of the bed. Once this is all boarded, it's going to be like your boot sort of thing. So that's that, all good. Hello, it's Redders again today. Right, I'm going to jump straight into it. What we've started doing was, I showed you yesterday, but we've got this bed structure in and we've got pieces in there. This was one big piece that was all the way over to here. So what I've just done is I've taken it, unscrewed it, taken it out, cut it in half because I want this to be like a flap system here. It's basically put the other half, I've put this stud in across here now. So that can then sit back on there. And then the other piece that we've got left over will sit on a hinge, go up and down like that, and it just means you can get into underneath storage like that. So the plan of action for now is to get that on, get the piece on for here, and then we're going to start building the bit that slides out. So that's the piece of wood. I've put it back in place, and then I've just sunk the hinge into there so it lies flat. I'm just going to put these screws in now, which I think will be about right. Actually no, I'm going to go shorter than that. It seems like they'll protrude through the wood if I do use those. Yeah. And then screw it back in, which is what we don't want. So I'm going to get some smaller screws than that, and then we'll screw that in. These look like the buggers, they should do the job. Just put 2 of them in. Works well, that. Right, I've just cut 2 pieces. I've got 1 piece there at the back. That'll just stop anything dropping down there. This area is only going to have in like an IKEA sealable bag, just like the duvet, pillows, stuff like that. So I want it to be like a clean, fairly smooth area. So I put clean boards in there. I've left a gap at the top just for breathability through the bottom of the bed. And then I put a panel down this side. That's just going to segregate that stuff from this main compartment, which is going to go through into the back bit as well. That's also got a lifting door at the back. And it just means that I've got 1 big compartment for storage then, for like hiking gear, everything. Right, so those 2 boards are in. That just segregates that bit. I'm now just going to screw a bit of board into the floor just over that bit there, because that's the cavity that leads down underneath the van. And if I've got stuff in here loose, I don't want it dropping down there, so I'm just going to put a big piece on the floor, cut around that just to get it all sealed up. Right, that's that bit cut out. Looks fairly good, to be fair. It's nothing mental. It's going to be underneath the bed. It's just to fit into that area down there. Just in like that, and then we'll screw it down. Sorted. Right, I don't want this bar here for this bit, because the plank that sits on there is going to go from there to there, and it's going to finish there. So this bit that slides out, I need this to be flush with that. It just means that I need to get rid of this part and make this part the part that slides out. So I'm going to remove it at that end, which I've already done, taking the screws out, and I'm going to saw it off here. We cut this back, put a beam across here, we then screwed that top panel into that beam, and then this gives us our overhang gap of when that part slides out. So it also leaves you with that much gap for the legs to sit that are on the piece that slide out. I've built it, let's show it you now. That's what we built. So that piece of wood, that just, it sits on top like that, and then when you want to slide it out, it sits in like that. And then obviously you've got your panel that sits down there as well. So that's the bed complete. So that is now the bed complete, wider down that end, down here, and then all we need to do is order the carpets, the cushions that go along down the bench, and then the ones that go up against the back, the ones that'll fall down onto that. That's the bed now slid away, that piece put onto there, and that bit slid back in, and that's it now back in bench form. I think it's worked out quite well, looks quite good, and you won't feel like the lumps in this of having the board on top once you've got your top cushions on. So right, let's crack on with the next thing. That's the bed done. I'm lying, that's the structure of the bed done. Still need to do like the fascias that are going to sit under here. Bar steward, forgot to put the hinge on this. Let's get that done now. Sorted. Right, flipping check that out. Tongue and groove for days. We've done along those panels and we've done along those panels. We just need to do this back bit now with tongue and groove, and then that's the whole bed structure. Nips. Forgot to mention, oh, well, we're falling. Did this, just the back of the bench. Behind the driver's seat, just put a piece of ply on there to stop anything falling out. We've now got access to this little bit of storage area underneath via just lifting that up, just doing that, and then you've got your storage for your pillows, your duvet, all that sort of stuff, and that makes it separate from the rest of the stuff that will be stored in there, which I quite like that aspect about it. Sorted. And that is that. Panelled at the back, panelled down the sides, panelled at the front. Got our little storage unit. 1, 2. And then separated from both of those actions is that one that I showed you just. But yeah, happy with that. And the chipboard down there looks great. Not chipboard, tongue and groove even. Mint. Let's get that bin screwed on. Would you look at that? Bin set in place, got a little cute fascia around it. Oh, what's that you're putting in the bin? Can of Guinness, is it? Oh, wait one sec. Can of Guinness, is it? Oh yeah. I really dig that, that's sick. Look at what we've done there, down that as well. Matching. I'm not really talking through this, guys, because all it is just cutting the planks the right length, and then just tack nailing them on. I'm using the same as I did for the roof, the little tack nails, and just hammering them in. And it's looking mint, man. Right, let's crack on. I'm about to do just this back bit here. So I've got this piece of wood, I've cut that to size, and that's just going to sit in there. I'll screw it in, and then the planks will go on, screw between that and the batten there. Sweet. I keep forgetting to put the camera up and I skipped ahead loads, but, well, what did you last see? Either way, right, check this out. Whoa, that looks sick, I know. Right, so we've panel boarded the bottom, panel boarded the side. We've panel boarded around the bin, which looks sick. Post it. Whoa, get your beers in there. That's annoying me, man. There we go. Post your beers in there, and now we've put a worktop on as well. I just basically cut around that with a jigsaw, and it looks pretty decent. I mean, there's a bit of a gap down the back, but we'll just fill that with silicone. Right, I'm gonna tidy up and then I'm gonna pack it in for the day. What am I gonna do tomorrow? Fit the laminate flooring, and it's gonna look sexy. That would be good. Oh, hello. What's going on? Right, if you haven't noticed, it's been a fair while since the last bit, because it's been like about a 2-week window since the last video, and I've been doing a load of stuff and getting it all set. So let's show you where we are right now. Well, would you look at that? We've put our vinyl lay down. Right, I just want to talk about this quickly. I sketched over it with actually videoing it. This is just sticky back, self-adhesive. And all I did was just lay it in strips down this gap and just cut it to size where it was. You basically score it, you don't even have to cut it, score it and then snap the end off, and the bit that you want to fall off falls off. I've then put the original boards back on, these little silver aluminium strips that fit on the end. Well, I had a spare one, so I put one on the end of there as well. Looks very snazzy, but look at this big bad boy. Nice bit of foam that. Well, that got ordered, I cut it to size, and it is now the bench seat cover, whatever you want to call it. Yes, it's bright blue because it's not been covered. I need to get it covered with the upholstery that I want. But that's a time frame game, mess about, do what you want sort of thing. So I'm just going to do that as and when. I'm going to use it for now, but I'm going to just put a bed sheet over it, like a king size dark grey bed sheet, so it's all nice and fitting. And yeah, that's it. So let's show you these seams down here. They look well good on this new floor. Look at that. You know, I was worried about like the butty being able to see like dodgy underneath. Well, that's pretty seamless if you ask me. That looks quite nice. And I've just like propped it underneath. You can still get it all out. Looks great. You've got your nice laminate on top. That's all fitted well. And yeah, she looked pretty. You're probably like, yo, where's the backrest? Well, obviously the backrests are the pieces that'll fit into that piece and that piece down there. At the moment, because I don't want them buggering off, because they're not fabric yet, which means they don't have the Velcro on, so they can't stick to the back piece down there. I've just put them under here for now. So they're just sat under there. And yeah, that's it, lads and ladies. Main bits to do now. We need to retake this back off. I've sanded this corner down and the corners at the end. This one I forgot to do, but did the other two and they were rounded off. Now all three corners have been done, rounded and sanded. All I need to do now is take this back off again once the stain comes, and stain this, because otherwise it's just going to scratch and mark and it's a bit of a minging colour. So yeah, we're just going to basically stain that the colour we want it. But yeah, man, it's looking mint. I just need to like go around now cleaning up the bits where we've got it like dirty while we've been with like all the hands and that, while we've been putting stuff in, putting stuff up. I can't do anything with that at the minute because I'm still waiting on like my cooler box to come and all that stuff, and then I'll just sort out how I'm going to build shelving within that afterwards once I've all got all the stuff. This is pretty much the second to last video. The next video will be all this shelving in the under storage here. These will be covered. I'll have the curtain up with your curtain rail on coming across there, and all like your nice cool plaques and cushions and everything that makes it cozy. So yeah, this is the last edit of the build. The next video will be the big finale, this is my van. If you've watched all up until this point, in the next couple to 3 weeks she will be fully done. I'll put a video up walking you through everything and showing you it all about properly. But everyone that's watched this far and watched the entire series, thank you for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to bringing you some footage of my adventures in this little bad boy. You know what, in this little TARDIS, I'm gonna go full Doctor Who on this. I'm gonna call this van the TARDIS, even though it's red. But if you have just watched this video and you have not seen the rest of the build, please go onto my channel, check out the rest of the videos. There's a full sequence of me building this van, and it's been a roller coaster of fun and enjoyment, and a bit of a challenge as well, which is great, and I've really enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It's been a pleasure. See you later. See you later for the next one, ladies and gentlemen.